Hey everyone, welcome to Toy Showcase. This week in episode 30. So we only got 20 more episodes of this for this season. We're going to be talking about Jurassic Park, the movie, the toys, the games, and we're only going to be discussing the first movie, okay guys? If we circle back around this later on in season 2, we'll definitely get into this. But Ryan, it's good to be back, man. How was your stuff? What is your memories of Jurassic Park, the movie, and the toys?
Probably the first memory is being blown away in the movie theater by it. Seeing effects that we've never seen before, seeing the live action animatronics of like the T-Rex head like we've never seen before. It just looks so realistic. The classic scene with the glass of water,
Mm-hmm.
the little like earthquake impressions that the water made when the T-Rex comes.
Yeah, the vibration
Uh,
ripples. Yeah.
when they first see the dinosaurs, they're climbing out of the Jeep. I always can't believe how young Laura Dern was in that. She's like 22. Why
Yeah.
does she look? Why I always thought she was like 34 in that movie.
Well, and that's that whole thing, right? That like the people are like the inappropriateness of her and Sam Neill, how like they're a couple, and he's in his 40s, right? And she's in her 20s. And it's hilarious because she was a teen in the 80s. You think about like
Yeah.
watching Mask, with Eric Stoltz and everything, and seeing her there, and she was like a heartthrob. And then now, like seeing her in her 20s is like, woo. But I mean, like,
So she was hot and everything, but guess what?
hmm,
I was looking at the blonde from Angus because that chick I thought was hot. The daughter, the what's her name? The sister of the
oh,
redheaded kid.
yeah, Tim and oh, come on, what was her name? I can't even remember her name at the moment. But yeah, dude, I did too. Like,
Remember she was the prom queen from Angus.
mm-hmm.
He was like the remember that that's a kind of a forgotten movie, Angus. But
Lex. It was Ariana Richards who played Lex. So it was Lex and Tim.
yeah,
Yeah.
she was cute. And Spielberg knew what he was doing, putting in her as eye candy for the younger kids or the boys.
Oh yeah,
You
because
know,
we
the
were
little
we were at that age, man. So I'm gonna give a shout out real quick. So hey Colin, hey Matt, hey Dad, welcome to the show.
how
Uh,
genius was that for the kids' perspective too? That they had everybody kind of like represented there. Like you had your Goldblum shtick, all his like funny humor. You had like the kind of the adults represented. Like
mm-hmm.
Dern was infatuated with what's his name,
Yeah, Sam Neill.
his knowledge,
Yeah.
and he was definitely that cool kind of Indiana Jones type for like what he represented in that movie. The cool like,
So
and then the kids represented. And I known that other kid, the redheaded kid from Radio Flyer too. He was good in that
yep,
with Elijah Wood.
and then later on he played one of the characters, and I think it was Band of Brothers or Pacific, one of the two, which was directed by Steven Spielberg. So just some like notes for this. So Jurassic Park, of course, directed by Steven Spielberg, released June 11th, 1993. So I was 11 when this movie came out. I wasn't quite 12. uh,
Yeah.
but like written by Michael Crichton as far as the story, and then adapted. And the budget of this movie
We know
was
from Westworld, who
yep,
did the Great Westworld,
mm-hmm. And then
which makes sense that these theme park esque movies, theme park go on wrong movies.
yes, definitely,
You could have picked it up from him
yeah.
doing Westworld, that kind of vibe with James Brolin.
What's up, Mike Wolf? What's up, Lo? How you doing? So something to note here, right? The movie's budget was 63 million US dollars. So like,
And it looked like 600 million.
dude, like that was the thing. Like this movie made you really believe that dinosaurs were real. And I know that like if I remember correctly, when Spielberg was doing this at first, he wanted to do everything with practical effects. Then he decided that he was going to enhance it with the CGI. So it was a very good mesh between the two. And I mean, you're thinking about this, like, right? This is coming off of what 2 years earlier with Terminator 2 with Cameron, and a lot of the technology he was doing in that, and ILM and everything was brought into this, and like this movie blew me away for being an 11-year old, almost 12.
Yeah.
I think I saw this movie 11 times in theaters. We went, I mean,
Yeah.
I think we saw it maybe 4 or 5 times when it came out. And then I remember it was in the theaters, like the dollar theater for forever. And I
I
remember,
think I don't want to compare this to Independence Day, but like, because it's way better than Independence Day and a different movie. But like, something about what Jurassic Park and Independence Day did was it made the movie theater feel like a theme park.
hmm
You know, we had never seen these sights and sounds and thrills before on this level.
oh yeah, yeah, no. I mean, it's that was what it was. Like this is like peak, like beginning of the blockbuster, right? Um, you just the summer film, you know. What are parents gonna do? They're gonna take their kids to the theater because it's like a quick buck, something you're not gonna spend a whole lot of money on, depending on how many kids you had. But it was an event. I mean, like you said, it was like a theme park. It was an event. We would go and do this. Um, and
We were breaking new ground with that melding of the CGI and practical effects because we were only seeing the practical effects before, and they were doing things that we've never seen on a level we've never seen. And Spielberg was still firing on all cylinders at this point. He always does, and he always did, but obviously he went on to kind of more serious fare into the 2000s
hmm
from your Schindler's List to your Saving Private Ryan and getting into a lot more historical period
yes,
pieces. But this is, you know, I mean, you're not gonna, you're never gonna hear me go back and forth of which era I like better. I like the blockbuster era from Spielberg. I like the sci-fi shit. I like the action shit. That's what I like. I love the 80s, 90s Spielberg stuff more than I like the period piece stuff. He's just so much fun to see during this era.
yeah. Because I mean, when he's doing like those period pieces and stuff, they're a spectacle. Yeah, like Saving Private Ryan was so good, and you really get the feeling of you're in that war
Yeah,
during World War II.
especially
But
that
like,
first 20 minutes.
oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Everybody's just dying, just of blood and guts. It's
Right
just
off of D-Day and everything. They're on the
brutal.
beaches of Normandy and everything. But you look at this, right? You get all this buildup, right? The movie starts with them bringing in the raptor to the cage. All the workers are there, and then the worker dies, and you just hear the noises. You kind of see the brief thing of the raptor inside the cage, and you get introduced to Robert Muldoon, and one of my favorite characters, by the way. And then you get to this point where, like, you're all the buildup. You find out what the company's doing, and then that they need somebody to endorse the park so they can open it officially. And that moment where like they land on the island, it's this jungle utopia, and then they're driving in the jeeps and everything, and they stop. And Hammond does it literally to get them to like just the spectacle of it, right? To stop and see it, to be wow. Um, and then you just see Sam's head turn, and then Laura Dern's head turn, and they're just blown away by the vista that they're seeing. And then we finally see it, and then the music cues, which is a whole other thing, right? Isn't it John Williams who did the score for this?
Yeah,
So
I think he did. John Williams did like almost every Spielberg movie.
yeah, so but then you see just like the Brachiosaurus, them walking, and then like all the all the other the dinosaurs that are just walking to the river and stuff, and it's just amazing. And it's just like this is just the opening shot of this, like really kind of like at this park, and you're like wondering, wow, what are we gonna see? But it's like it's a thriller. If you read the book, you knew that things go wrong, and in the trailer you knew things went wrong. So it was really cool, just like how this movie played out. But I loved it from start to finish. I could watch this movie over and over again.
Who doesn't love Jurassic Park? Who You almost would have to be non-human to not like especially the first Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect.
Oh yeah. I mean, you look at just the cast alone, right? You know, even with Samuel L. Jackson in the movie, right? Uh, but yeah, like you were saying, Laura Dern being
Newman is
23
so
or
devious.
22.
What's the actor that's Newman from Seinfeld? He's so
Oh,
devious.
Wayne Knight.
Wayne Knight is so underappreciated to his deviousness in this movie.
Nah, I didn't say the man. Please, I hate this this hacker bullshit. I love that line. What's up,
Dude, I don't
Tyler?
think we ever. I think it might have been the peak intensity, anxiety moment when he's slipping like a goof in the rain and gets spit on.
Oh yeah, by the
Like
Dilophosaurus.
that's like straight up like slasher movie shit right there. When he gets literally hunted
Mm-hmm.
and we're in that suspense, that's just as suspenseful as any other moment. And just we were scared as a kid seeing that shit. Dude, we would have shit our pants in that position.
Well, I
He's
mean,
just caught up in the middle of there and at their mercy.
when you gotta go, you gotta go. I mean, come on. You think about the iconic scene with the two electrical, the vans that are sitting there at the T-Rex party, and then it comes out and it's stopping, and then you know you're worrying about like the two different cars because you got the kids in one and you got the adults in the other, and it just like the roar of the T-Rex, and then you think about like that scene, the scene where like they're leaving in the Jeep with you know, Ian Malcolm, Ellie, and Doom, and the T-Rex is chasing him, and you're like, oh my gosh, this thing is gonna eat them. And then you see the rearview mirror or the side mirror, and it says objects are closer than they appear, and it's like right on the car, on the Jeep. I mean, it was exactly like Tyler said. It was a horror, adventure, sci-fi thriller. I mean, it was a sci-fi thriller.
Even like a creature feature a little bit. Some of the scenes. How about one of the thing that's like so cool? How about how the immaculate nature of the park towards the end, where it's just destroyed? I mean, they're going through like the rubble, the remnants of like what was this part, because everything's just getting destroyed as it goes by the dinosaurs and the what's happening, and I just love that you go in there and everything is just so perfect and pristine, and
Mm-hmm. They were ready to open. They were literally,
against the wall.
yeah. I mean, you think about it as like, I always used to think of like, it'd be cool to get the ticket from this is how my mind worked, right, as a kid, and it still kind of works this way too. But like, I always like wondered if I could get the ticket from Last Action Hero somehow and jump into Jurassic Park and stop Nerdery from destroying the park, would the park have thrived, right? Like, would they have a good adventure and there would have been no problems? Because I mean, he was really the big foil of the movie, and in the over incompetence of like how systems should work and everything without having some kind of redundancy. Because you think about like once the power goes out and uh Samuel Jackson's character goes out to flip the power and everything to bring everything back, but the raptors had been out and he got eaten. I mean, there was just so many things that were like they didn't have it all close together. Everything was spread apart, so it just fell apart completely over one guy's greed to do some outside, espionage trading to another company who wanted to have the embryos to do their own thing.
Everything was so iconic too, from the park gates to the Jeeps, the like the paint decals on the
yeah.
Jeeps. Everything just looks so cool.
Yeah, so that's what my dad. I'm not even catching up on chat because we're just so engrossed in the movie because it was so good. But like my dad said, I remember after I finished reading the book, I started reading it to you and your sister. We got halfway through, and I stopped reading it to you guys until the movie came out. Yep, because there's parts in the book like where like they're on the raft and down one of the rivers and everything, and the T-Rex is following like a crocodile. The fact of like how Hammond dies at a bunch of compies. There's quite a few differences, but still taking what Spielberg did, right? This movie is a masterpiece. I mean, it's amazing how it's spawned multiple sequels, multiple recently multiple cartoons, CGI ones. Which is sad. We didn't get any kind of stuff from back then. Uh, yeah, it was. Was it all Newman's fault? I think it was all Newman's fault. Uh,
You know what the funny thing though is like, as much as they try to advance it with the advancements of CGI and size and scope and
mhm.
give us more dinosaurs and just up the ante on every level, up the budget, and everything, I don't know you'll ever beat the first.
Yeah,
It was everything you needed to do.
because that was one of the one things that like I loved. So my science teacher back in like seventh or eighth grade sat down and she read the whole for like over like a week. She read The Lost World from Michael Crichton, so we knew everything. Like it was great, you know, this great story of them going to the original test island where they were breeding the dinosaurs and then bringing them back to Isla Norbe. I think that's how you say it. And then you know how that like they're trying to get the embryos there because they failed with Nerdry's character getting it. I mean, not being able to get it to him, and you know they had the that super high tech like van system with like so they could study the dinosaurs and everything. And then literally when you watch Lost World, there is about maybe 20 minutes of the book in the movie. The rest of it is just all this other stuff where like they come to the island and try to capture all the dinosaurs. That was never in the book at all. Um, but it was funny because like I liked the movie, but I didn't like the movie because I was like I expected more of what was going on in the book because it got pretty crazy. And then because at the end of the movie they did this whole thing where it was like, oh, a T-Rex lost in San Francisco. We got to trap it again. And why? Well, you could have had this epic story that was going on there. Um, but even like the third one was great. I enjoyed the third one a lot more than I did Lost World. But yeah, I mean,
A little more, maybe a little more fun.
yeah, it was. Especially when you got to see more of the dinosaurs that were talked about in the book that weren't in the first movie. Like the pterodactyl or the plesi or whatever they're called, the pterosaurs or whatever. I can't remember which the flying dinosaurs ones that they had in the movie, um, but it was still fun. You got the original cast. I mean, what's not to love about like friggin' Ian Malcolm, right? He just anything that Jeff Goldblum is in when he just eats up the screen. You know, he's like there's one of those characters that like he exudes this charisma, and you just love it. You know, like he has that iconic scene where he's like looking at the big pile of shit from you know, it's a triceratops, and he's like, that's a big pile of shit. And then like he just has these great one-liners in the movie. Life finds a way. Yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah, and it's so this not only did it breed multiple movies and some cartoons, it also gave us comics that was produced by Topps, you know, the card company, and those comics were really good. They kind of followed this whole thing of like raptors getting off the island, and then like they were trying to hunt them down. It actually showed that Robert Muldoon survived the raptor attack in the first movie. It expanded on the universe. What was cool was so you had the cards with that too. You had the toys, which we're going to talk about. There was multiple games. You know, you had the two Super Nintendo games. You had the two games on the Genesis. Multiple other system. I think there was like maybe 18 games total as far as home console. Then you had like the shooting gallery one. I think there was two of them. Um, all of them were great in my opinion. Um, I didn't play the one that was kind of like an educational game on the 3DO, but my favorite one is the Super Nintendo game. I love that first game. It's really cool, but it's like
I was playing the Genesis ones, the platformers.
and those are great too. You got to play Grant or the Raptor. My favorite part of that was like when they did the second one, which was like I think it was a Rampage.
Rampage edition.
Yeah, that was great. I loved it. I mean, like it expanded on the story more. There was all the stuff, but you could like I really loved like just what you got with that. Um,
They're kind of hard on Genesis. Those games, they're kind of like hard, like that X-Men game was on Genesis. You know the one I mean?
yep.
They kind of similar in aesthetics to that. and you're
Yeah.
jumping around and you die pretty easily, you get kind of overwhelmed.
Oh, there's so much to do, man. Like because the levels are so huge, right? And then you got to backtrack and get something here to get to. It almost feels Metroidvania a little bit, but it's not. Um, Jurassic Park, the flamethrower. um,
But these toys wouldn't have sold if the movie didn't make it a phenomenon like it did.
no, I mean the lasting power of this movie and what the franchise had created. I mean, it's still impacted today. Like so, when the toys came out, I didn't realize that they were under Kenner umbrella. Um, I had most of them. I didn't have a lot of the play sets, but I had a lot of the vehicles, a lot of dinosaurs. I had all the characters. As far as the first series, I picked up a few of the ones from the later series, but I don't have any of that stuff anymore. I wish I kind of did. I wish I had. I love that T-Rex, the one that you would squeeze the chest and the mouth would open and it would roar. That thing is so
Yo,
awesome. I mean, you can get that now. I mean, it's still at
I
Target.
love the dino damage. You pull off the piece on the T-Rex, and look
Hmm.
like he has somebody took a chunk out of him.
Yeah, the
I love
babe,
that.
the young T-Rex. Yeah. And that was something too. There was that goes back to the movie, right? So, the one that we saw that attacked the two vehicles was supposed to be the baby or the younger T-Rex, not the actual mama. But they never played up on it, so it just became the actual T-Rex. So there was supposed to be a bigger one. But they never filmed it. I think it was a lot of things was like the production and everything kind of scrapped all that. But yeah, these toys were great. Like, but I didn't realize there was not that many. I mean, I think there was like 29 total for the first series, and then another 29 for the second series, and then you had the Chaos something, and I have all that set up so we can look at it.
Play sets too.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. They had some really cool playsets. The compound and everything. Let me see. You guys ever see Baby? To me, that was JP before JP. Was that? I don't know. I'm not clicking on that one, Ty Lord.
Baby.
Yeah, Baby T Rex or Baby something. I mean, I remember like Land Before Time, but like they didn't even have like the Baby T Rex in that until like years later. You just had the scary T Rex that kind of broke the friendship of Lucas and Spielberg for a little bit because I can't remember the story on that. I'll have to relook it up. But yeah, if you want to get into the toys, man.
Let's do it.
All right. So all right, everyone. So we will start with let me pull this up so I can see things. So I have three different tabs. I have the Jurassic Park Kenner checklist, which is right up right here. This is the first series of stuff. Then there is the Series 2. And then you got the Chaos Effect, which is kind of weird looking. But I remember these in store. So, but yeah. We can look at, we'll just do Browse All. Make it a little bit easier. But what is not to love about, like, so we'll go to the young T-Rex, right? This is the one you were talking about with the tear in the
The
side.
dino, the little, you take a little chunk off his side.
Yeah, all the dinosaurs
Like
had these little,
bone.
yeah, exactly. You had these, like, the rips.
I had that one. And I bought it again as an adult.
Dude,
But as an adult, I'm missing the damn piece that goes back in. So he's permanently needs to go to, he's permanently got the flesh wound now.
flesh wound. He's gonna bleed out eventually. What you should do is get some, like, Play-Doh or some clay and, like, mold out the rest of it. You know, fill it in there and then mold it a little bit with some texture, bake it and put it in there and you'll be good. Maybe paint it a little bit.
I like it though. It's like I like to leave my battle damaged Skeletor and He-Man on the battle side. The battle, with the slices in.
Yeah.
They look like more badass.
That's
road
something,
worn.
right? Exactly. So that's one of the things I totally forgot was that like the dinosaurs were promoted to have like this realistic skin feel. It was like the way the rubber was molded, it gave it some really cool texturing. and they did have some really good posability. But like, if you look at this box, it stands out, man. It's got that roaring feature. You got the skin that can be tore out from battle damage, and you get like some play actions here of everything that's going on and each of the figures that are in the line. Gosh, I'm gonna be buying that T-Rex. It's like when I get paid. uh, but yeah, man, this is so cool. Like just the way they were designing these figures. And you remember that shot in the scene in the movie where they're like sitting there eating the ice cream because they're just hoping the kids are gonna. It's Hammond and Ellie, and then you see in the background all the merchandise, and it's like it was like they were planning this movie to be a hit.
Yeah.
So let me look. All right, so the flesh chomp was so creative. Yes. Oh, let me see. Baby Legend of the Lost Kingdom or something like that. It had Shang Yang. I'm pretty sure I did. All right, we got the
There's
Stegosaurus.
something about they were doing like, just to talk about like how like as a kid that was like that blonde was like our crush as a kid
Mm-hmm.
because they were doing this thing in the 90s where every like hot chick was kind of a tomboy, and as a young boy we related to that, like Alex Mack on Nickelodeon, Clarissa. These were all complete tomboy chicks that were really hot. So as a kid, I can't say enough how much we like had crushes on these girls, and I kept our interest in the movie too, and it helped us experience the movie because let's face it, if you had just adults in all these movies, the kids wouldn't connect to it on this level. We experienced this movie through those two kids.
Oh, we did. They were definitely the through characters for us as kids, right? So, and going back
Think
to
of
the whole
think
tomboy
of the
thing.
think of the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
The when they're in the I feel like they're in what's the one vehicle because they're inside. It's not like exposed like the Jeep.
No, it's like
Inside?
oh, come on, they were like the newer Winnebagos or something. I can't remember what they
Okay.
were called.
Well, let me give you an example of how they appeal to like Spielberg appealed to us as kids. Remember they're playing with the cool binoculars. He's like, put that shit down or whatever. They're just kind of fooling around with stuff in there
That looks
before the T-Rex
expensive.
comes. That kind
Yeah.
of stuff. And that's like what we do is if we were there as kids, we'd be screwing around with that kind of stuff. Like that's just like a little detail where he's thinking of us as the audience. Like we want to play with all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, you think about the fact that like he tells them to stop messing around with that equipment because it's expensive, and it's like, look, this is my grandpa's park. I own this stuff. What are you talking about? you know. But that was the thing about the kids. They were very humble, you know. Um, but I remember that whole like scene in the movie when Lex is all looking at the computer. It's just like it's a Unix system, and it's like let's just throw this random word technology out there for the IT guys out there to hear. But for us, it was like, oh, she's tech savvy. That's so cool. And like it plussed her coolness factor by 15. But you're not wrong, man. Like, but looking at these figures, man, they're so cool. William Katz starred in the movie. It was called Baby Secret of the Lost Legend. She was my age, I think. Yeah, because she was definitely older than I was. And both me and Ryan. Kids were really living the movie, the merch back then. Yes, 100%.
You just wanted all this shit though when you went in Toys R Us or KB. You just seen all these. I want all of this because the paint. This was really an example of where they nailed the paint deco
Mm-hmm.
on these dinosaurs because you have to get very detailed to make it really look like a dinosaur, and they really did it here.
Yeah, make them very specific to what was going on. because that was the whole thing. This movie was very realistic, so you wanted to get the toys that were to be as close as they can be. Like I didn't have so like I had a lot of these, like the dinosaur, the deluxe dinos for the actual that worked with the figures. I didn't get any of the diecast ones. But what was cool was if you did get the diecast ones, you ended up getting the Topps cards. So they were exclusive to this set. And I used to have a whole complete set of the cards. Lost them. I have no clue where they are now. But I mean, you think about it, like this was only like maybe $4 or $5. These weren't expensive. You just get some extra little detail, and like these were what made for. What's the age range on this? Does it even say on here? Ages 4 and up, right? So these are just right and at a perfect age for somebody that they're not going to swallow them.
That's what she said.
The dino DNA. We didn't even talk
I had
about. What are you gonna say?
I was just saying I had to with that one.
Yeah, I know. I did walk into it. But these definitely weren't my appeal right here. Like I did not care about any of these. This goes back to that whole Willow figure line where they were just pewter statues or metal statues painted with some nice detail, but they weren't real action figures. But and then I did have both of these. So, you know, the Diplosaurus or Dilophosaurus, the thing that kills Nedry. The blurriness is killing me.
Yeah, that's right. Credit to Michael Crichton. But to be fair, Floyd, Spielberg did have a say in casting this movie, and he was smart with casting those two kids because, like I'm saying, the book you can't see what the girl's gonna look like from the book, and they were still playing into that whole tomboy hot chick, like I'm saying back in the day in the 90s that they knew we were going to relate to. And those are the kind of girlfriends we wish we had when we were young. Like a tomboy hot chick. We didn't want like a diva, like a little preppy diva chick. We wanted a chick that could hang with the boys but was hot. So, and I think they were smart with the other kid too, casting that kid. He showed his range in Radio Flyer. So I feel like he didn't write those characters, but they cast them right.
Well, and that's what it really matters, right? Is you get the actors that can portray the role and be able to captivate the audience, right? There's like, you know, there's certain movies with certain actors that, you know, it's just the actor playing the actor, right? Like there's actors that are just themselves in a movie with the situation that's going on versus an actor playing the character that is written for them.
Dude, they were so trying to make that fucking kid, though, the next Culkin. That My Girl 2 motherfucker that was in Last Action Hero. Wasn't he in Last Action Hero 2?
Yes.
My Girl 2. What the fuck happened to that guy? Like, I don't think he just ended up being what they wanted him to be, because I don't know that, like, people were as enamored with him as they were trying to make him be the next Culkin or something. Or the next, your guy that you're a fan of in T2. The next,
Oh, Eddie Furlong, which even
Yeah.
Eddie Furlong like dropped off the whole thing because of his drug addiction and just other things that were going on. You know, it's part of that whole thing with Hollywood. They have that weird track record for like a lot of the kids going through stuff. And you're talking about for Danny Madigan from Last Action Hero would have been Austin O'Brien.
He was good in Last Action Hero, but I don't know about My Girl 2. That was
Dude.
kind of a stink.
Okay, so look, listen. He is so Austin O'Brien, right? He is my age. He was born
What
May.
the fuck? I just want you to tell me what the hell happened to his career after those movies. You never see his ass again. Wasn't he in We're Back too? Was We're Back a dinosaur movie?
So he was in. Okay, so we're going off on a tangent here, but we'll go through.
I still want to do it. It's worth the tangent.
Yeah, no, because there's not a whole lot of figures for this whole line in general. As far as the Kenner Wave stuff,
What would this kid be though? Kind of like teen wannabe heartthrobs that flopped. He kind of flopped. He didn't do too much, dude.
well, you think about it though, right? He's kind of like Jonathan Brandis, right? As far as like what was trying to be done with him, but
Yeah.
at least he's still around. But yeah, his first movie was Lawnmower Man, then Last Action Hero. Prehysteria is the one with the dinosaurs, the mini dinosaurs.
Okay.
My Girl 2. He was in Apollo 13. The Babysitter's
What
Club.
the hell was he in? What did he do in Apollo 13? I don't even remember him in that.
Whiz
The
Kid.
son of the guy?
I think he was one of the sons of the characters. His titled name is Whiz Kid. Babysitter's Club, Lawnmower Man 2, where he replays his role from that. He was in one episode of ER. Home of the Brave, a movie from 1996. Touched by an Angel, 4 episodes. Only once.
You know your career's not going well when you're in Touched by an Angel. That's when it's going downhill. That's the downward fall when you're touched by an angel.
Promised Land, he was on that show for 69 episodes, so that's pretty good, I guess. I didn't watch that. Spirit, Runaways in 2003, A Christmas Too Many, Bones, he was in one episode, Bounty, This Is the Place, Innocent, Rain from Stars, and All Our Yesterdays. And that was 2015. So he has one oncoming.
And then lead barista at Starbucks.
Yeah, right.
What?
Yeah. But I mean, like, you think about it, like, he didn't get a whole lot of stuff. And then there's that kid, right, from Last Action Hero. But then there was the other kid that was in, like,
and then what? General manager at Little Caesars Pizza. Man, how the mighty have fallen.
Let me see. There was the kid that was in Blind Fury and what was the other movie that he was in that I remember from? Fort Fairlane.
Howard wants me to ba-na-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na, ba-na-na. How about that?
Yeah.
He asked me to.
He needs to get the you need to get your guitar out. You just need to take it with you.
Take it to work?
Yeah, take it to work with you. This one, I love this figure. I love raptors. This is like my favorite dinosaur, especially after seeing that movie. And I had to have this. And it had the screeching sound and everything if you pulled the legs back.
When I saw that raptor, I knew I had to have it.
Yep, I had to have it. It's got to go in my collection.
Dino screams. I love fucking dino screams. That's class.
Yeah,
Mini boom bots coming through.
In electric sound. Well, what other kind of sound would it be? Music box? Mechanical? I don't know. Something. What's up, Vinny? Zup, Goonies? What's shaking? Got you guys here driving lurking mode. Nah, no worries. Okay, throwing the movie on for the stream of this. There you go, Matt. Yeah, so I mean, this is a cool figure. I wish I had multiple of these because you technically need a couple of them for what was going on in the movie. But
you could do a double feature, Matt. Jurassic Park, then My Girl 2.
My Girl 2.
Most fucking unnecessary movie sequel ever. My Girl 2, let's do it, guys. My Girl 2, the kids need it. Just why? Just tell me why on that. Why My Girl 2? Why?
Well, I mean, because they couldn't get Collie
How
back.
lazy is just even that title? My Girl 2. What the fuck?
Wouldn't it be My Boyfriend 2? Number 2, not My Boyfriend 2. He's My Boyfriend 2, so it's two girls fighting over the one guy.
Talk about a piece of shit straight to video crap fest. Let's get My Girl 2 out there, guys, says Hollywood. Fuck off with that.
Hey, the first one made a lot of money. About a boy who gets stung by bees and dies. I just love the packaging too. It was like that the whole thing of like this tropical island with the orange and yellows and the black silhouette with the Jurassic Park logo really kind of like just pops to me.
Yeah. No, great packaging.
Because you already know because when you saw the movie it was good and it was like you just want this merch.
Dude, I had a couple friends that had like gangbusters amounts of like Jurassic Park toys, and I was definitely jelly. I was hating a little bit. I was just like, God damn. You know, like you ever have some of those rich, really rich friends?
Mm-hmm.
That was definitely. I had a few of those, and you just go in their room, and every fucking time you go in their room, it's like a month. They put in like a whole new wing of fucking toys in there.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, God damn, this kid gets more shit than I get in a whole year of presents
He bought like
in like 1 month.
40 command centers and he's rebuilding the entire Jurassic Park in his room. Welcome to a Jurassic Park.
No, Zom loves the battle damage dinosaurs too. Yeah, they're the shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. What's up, zombie? Hey, I've been in and out the stream, but thank you for talking about the battle damaged dinosaurs that were the coolest to has. Yes, they were. Chilling on my girl too. Yes, why? But yeah, this is just like was a really cool. I mean, you talk about like bringing dinosaurs back into fashion for like our generation. Um, I mean, they weren't gone, but it was like this was really a big time for collecting and just being immersed in your imagination of this toy brand, toy line. I think I had this one too. This was
The
the other Velociraptor, the one that didn't. They had the Dino Strack slashing claws. Yeah, pop up here in a second.
did any of these have a dino dick attachment?
No, no,
A
they were all.
dino
Remember,
dick
remember,
projectile?
we genetically engineer all dinosaurs on Jurassic Park to be female. How does people go out into the park to lift up their skirts?
None of them had a dino dick feature.
No,
We need
no,
one
no.
of them with a dino. We need one of the ones to mate with a dino dick feature. You know,
That,
go around and make the dino babies.
yeah, but then you have to make the eggs too. Dino DNA. We got to have the most hickest sound person talking for this. All right,
I'll give Laura Dern my dino DNA. Oh,
you'll give her the extra D. Is that what you're saying to me? All right, so this right here, guys, this was for me the holy grail item. I love this thing. I wanted this thing to be like a real pet animal, like that would never get bigger than this. I don't know that would not eat my cat, but
with the removable clothes Laura Dern figure.
oh, that's the wrong movie. Wrong movie. Does JP theme sound like Highway to Heaven? You were too young to be collecting. You were just wanting, and us parents were collecting the bill. Exactly. We weren't collecting. We just wanted to have. I want this. I want that.
Lloyd, you are John Hammond. Put a fucking safari get up on your ass. You are John Hammond.
Well, he would. My dad would be the what was it? Instead of John Hammond from that, he would be John Hammond, but instead of dinosaurs, it would be toys. Welcome to Toys in My Park. They were all female. Yes, the electronic T-Rex toy. This thing was so cool. I loved it. I want it again. I'm gonna end up buying the Mattel one soon. It'll be in my collection again. But life finds a way.
Instead of ectoplasm, they came in a container of dino DNA. And you get all over everything.
Hold on a second. Let me go back to that. Is there anything on the bottom here? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. I didn't even look at this. I think I got this for Christmas that year, honestly. Because I got a bunch of Jurassic Park stuff for Christmas. Because it was like... This, like I said, this stuff wasn't that expensive. I didn't get like... Whenever I got stuff, I wasn't getting like multiples of things. I would get like one of each or...
You know,
like,
the only thing that's kind of a bummer, though, about all these electronic ones? So they all come with probably those circle batteries you got to unscrew, like the shit you put in like a key fob for a car.
the watch batteries,
So
yep.
they're kind of confusing to replace for like a kid. So like if most kids, like if your shit dies, the battery in it, that's going in like a back closet. Like, cause you're never like as adults, we know how to do that shit. But what kid in like 1993 was like, oh, let me go to fucking Walgreens and get that circle battery?
The battery, right?
Like said fucking no kid ever in the history of time. Like, but maybe we'll do that shit like these days because we know how. But yeah, so all these electronic dinosaurs went in a back closet when the battery died.
Wasn't that missed? I don't know if that was it Matthew McConaughey doing the voice. I could see that. Hold on.
All right. That's what I love about this dino DNA, man.
I'm just here to cruise around and see the female dinosaurs. Let me see. I'm looking. Who was Mr. DNA?
Mr. Dino DNA
Was Greg Burson. Who was Mr. Dino DNA? He passed away. Man, rest in peace, man. Like he was born in June 29th, 1949 and died in July 22nd of 2008. Oh, he was the voice of Yogi Bear, I think. Yeah, he did a lot of voice work. That's awesome. I spared no expense, but for you, Ryan, I'll make exceptions. It's double the price. Double the price. All right.
He was, you know what he was very much like?
Who?
John Hammond was very much like a very kind of like Willy Wonka-esque character. Think about it.
In the movie, yes. In the book, different type of character. Very, very different. He was very not... You didn't like him at all. I didn't have any of the hatchling stuff. I mean, this was kind of a cool idea and concept. I think they were like puppets.
Yeah.
With realistic dino skin. They don't even have a...
I imagine like these with the dino screams like pissing parents off. You don't shut that fucking dino screamer off.
I'm gonna chunk that T-Rex right out the window into your neighbor's yard with the dog that you don't like.
And it was like those shitty speakers, so it sounded all screamy. Had one of those little shitty speakers in it, like back then.
Mm-hmm. Well, it wasn't too bad, right? Honestly, the T-Rex one was really good. And like I remember, so like I think I ended up giving my T-Rex and some of that the Jurassic Park stuff to I think my cousins at the time. Because that was what I would do is like as I would get to a point with like a collection, like I would keep certain things and then like I would migrate my stuff over to my cousins so that they can enjoy it. And I regret that for like one sect of my toys, but like I remember like my T-Rex I had for the longest time. That was the only thing I kept. And then I think the rubber, the skin got messed up, and then the mechanism for the sound and everything just stopped working. So I was like, well, I'll get another one at some point. It's kind of how I thought about it.
But they had one that I kept waiting at fucking Target to put on sale, and like I don't know if they ever did.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that $50 one with the Jeep, and I think the T. Remember that little box set like a year and a half ago? That was they had a bunch of extra ones at Target for a long time, but they were 50 and they kind of were sitting because nobody was really biting at 50.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept waiting for those motherfuckers to go to like 30 or go to 25. And I think by the time I waited, then they were gone.
Yeah, it's the
Um,
Jeep, and I think the one of the T-Rexes or something. You can
yeah, I
still
wanted that shit,
you
dude.
can
I
get
wanted
that.
that fucking
I don't
little
think it's
box.
yeah, I don't think it's 50 anymore. I just saw like I think a couple before Easter because we were looking at trying to get something for Edward, and
Don't you
then
just hate that? Like, because you know it's going to go down because Target will put out like 800 of those motherfuckers and like take up like a whole shelf.
mm-hmm.
And you just be like, nah, 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 Target. I'm not giving you 50 on this because you know they're going to clearance that bitch,
Yep.
but you just don't know when. So then you got to do this fucking dance with Target. You got to keep going back there and keep checking, and then it's still 50, and it's still 50. And you're like, dude, just drop it.
Well, they have like that's one thing I do love about like what they're doing now with Mattel getting the rights to Jurassic Park is all those figures have been really good, and like you have the giant Brachiosaurus and like all these other dinosaurs that are like size proportionate to what they should be. It's really cool. Not in real life, but as far as to the human characters, some of those things are huge, man. Um,
You bigly, I guess you
huge. That's what she said. Huge. All right, so here's
love the T-Rex, Vince, with the dino damage, okay?
with my Dino DNA. But here you go. You got Alan Grant's. I remember this card vividly, and I love this thing. This figure was awesome. I mean, you think about it, right? This is peak Kenner. So like, no real articulation with the arms. Are molded in a certain way. You have real basic articulation. You.
Dude, I have to stress too. What's this actor's name? Sam Neill.
Yeah, Sam Neill.
This motherfucker was like my favorite actor for a long time. I'll tell you why. Because of Jurassic Park, because of In the Mouth of Madness,
Mm-hmm.
because of fucking what's the space one that I love that didn't get its due till recently
Oh,
with
Event Horizon.
Morpheus's ass.
Yeah,
What's that one called?
Event Horizon. Yeah.
Event fucking motherfucker. I seen Event Horizon. I kept going back to see that, and every time the theater be empty. And I love that fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so this was this era where I was loving some Sam Neill movies, yo. He
Oh
was
yeah.
really killing it in this time.
Well, you know that that was the second movie that when he did In the Mouth of Madness, that was his second movie with John Carpenter. His first movie was with John Carpenter was The Memoirs of Invisible Man with Chevy Chase, where he played the villain in that.
I did not know that. Weird, wild stuff.
Mm-hmm. But man, it's just like I vividly remember all this stuff: the netting for the trap to catch
Yeah.
the dinosaur, the Plesiodon, or and then his little big catch net and everything. It was cool because you got a mini dinosaur and then you got a car to get with it.
Did we show the Sam Neill, Laura Dern orgy 2-pack yet?
No,
In bed orgy?
no, but Mazin said he wouldn't show up unless we showed Ian
Yeah,
Malcolm in his
the dino damage, Laura Dern dino panties. Didn't we show that yet?
no. Um, so here you go. You got Dennis Nerdry with baby Dilophosaurus and his water cannon with a gas mask. He looks like Doc Ock. Doesn't look like anything like freaking you know, what's his name again? Oh come on, where is it at? Where'd he go? We just mentioned him earlier. Wayne Knight.
Wait a minute. Whose kids were they? Were they Dern's kids in the movie?
No, they were Hammond's grandkids.
Oh, his grandkids. Okay.
Yeah. They're like, Grandpa.
And Dern was Dern Neil's like side piece? What was her? Where did she come from again?
They were partners on the dig, but they had been working together for a
Probably
while.
was digging something as her
Well, it
partner. All
seemed
right.
like that's the thing is it seemed like they were kind of an item. Um,
But then like Goldblum was kind of flexing too with this fucking Fonzie leather jacket bullshit and his shades on. He was trying to get a piece of Dern's ass too.
oh yeah,
A
he
little bit
was.
with the fucking funny quips and shit the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was trying to get in that booty too. Fucking, he thought he was getting a gold bloomer.
yeah, he was. Yeah, he was thinking he was gonna Malcolm her. Well, but you know what? It was kind of Malcolm in the middle, right? You know, between
Imagine,
Ellie and Alan.
imagine the stupid shit that Goldblum must say, like when he's banging a chick. He just must say the most random shit. Oh yeah, I like what you're doing there. Yeah, just the fucking stupid stuff he says.
Now, yeah, he's
I
very
like when
eccentric.
you spread your cheeks. Yeah, yeah, it feels good. Yes,
Jeez.
that's how he fucking talks, dude.
Uh, yeah, I know. He is become very eccentric.
He's very eccentric.
Yeah, he's like almost a caricature of himself. You know, he's gotten more exaggerated as he's aged. It's like the legend of this wine bottle that's
Goldblum.
supposed to be really good, but it's the hype around it that is what makes it really good, not the actual contents of it. It's kind of like this is the tribute to the ultimate song ever. Like
He pounded her in the new Twin Peaks. Vince is still watching the OG series.
Kyle MacLachlan pound. Yeah, I'm watching the. Yeah, I'm watching. I'm almost done with the first season. I hadn't had a chance to watch the last two episodes this week, so I'll watch it tomorrow when I'm editing.
Wait a minute, who is this figure right now? Looking like a fucking Scuba Steve?
This
Who's
is
this bitch?
this is Ellie. This is Laura Dern.
It looks nothing like her, dude.
I know they couldn't get the rights. Well, hey, hold on. Doesn't look anything like her. And if like there was this thing with like the female characters that were released on certain toy lines that had this generic face, and I want my dad to look really hard at her face and tell me which one of our friends does it look like? Because I never
Dude,
saw it as a
they
kid.
got her looking like a cliffhanger Jamie Lee Curtis in this bitch. What the fuck is she wearing?
It looks like Mark. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see it now until just now.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Um, but what's funny is this. I think this is a variant version because if you
Don't you
look,
love on all the clothes they put the little JP? Always makes me laugh. It's for Jurassic Park, bro. We got to put the branding on the knee.
Scuba Steve.
JP.
Yeah, we got to have the business tag. So, but look, this is the. If you look at this one, because this is the one I had. I had the one with the pink top. If you look at the face, it looks better, more female than this one. This one looks off for some reason. I don't know if maybe it's just the paint job, maybe the lighting.
Could we zoom in on fucking Jamie Lee Curtis over here?
Hold on.
Why does she look like a dark brunette in one and blonde in the other?
I don't know.
The Scuba Steve one is throwing me off, dude.
Yeah, it's that backpack.
Looking like the fucking Don Dawkins over here, lead singer of Dawkins.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, let me hold on. So, like her, right? We'll go back to Alan Grant. What's funny is when you look at Alan Grant, you can kind of see that he looks like him a little bit. But he looks more like Warren Beatty. So when he pops up again, you can look at it and look at his face. He looks like it's Dick Tracy without the yellow costume. Scuba Steve, female figures like your Kimberly Ryan. Do you see it? Do you see the Warren Beatty face more than Sam Neill on Alan Grant here?
Zoom in.
Yeah, hold on. Let me know if you can see it. I can't see the stream, so I don't know if it's zooming in well on that. Yeah. If you want me to get a little closer, I can. He looks a little more Warren Beatty than.
See it now, or like some Clint Eastwood shit over
Yeah,
here.
yeah. He's telling the dinosaurs, "All right, dinosaurs,
Make my day.
make my day." You gotta wonder, did I shoot 5 or 6 times? Yeah.
And see that JP? That's how you know it's Jurassic Park figures, man.
Yeah,
It's the JP on it.
not Justice of the Peace, Jurassic Park. And the only downside to like having Robert Muldoon as a figure, I love the fact that we got one. He doesn't have his hat, man. He's just generic buff dude with rocket launcher, backpack, and a baby T-Rex.
We didn't get a Newman figure with the fucking Barbasol?
No, we did. We did. We looked at him earlier. He doesn't even look like Newman. He just needs his hat, man. It'd been great.
Wait, is this Clever Girl? Where's Clever Girl?
This is Clever Girl. Yes, this is Robert Muldoon. My favorite
Best
character.
line in the movie.
Yeah.
Clever Girl.
We clocked them at
They
70,
got the likeness
60, 70
pretty good on
miles
this
an hour.
guy, even though
Oh, he looks
like
who?
looking like Schwarzenegger's cousin with Down syndrome over here, but
or more like it's the stunt double for him. No, hold on. No, he looks like Joe Piscopo.
that flat top.
Yeah. But I mean, look at that baby T-Rex, man. It's great.
Let me see the baby.
Yeah, it's coming. It's gonna pop up here in a second. Oh shit! Look out, everyone! Ryan is going to climb through the internet. For what?
I don't understand.
I missed where the joke went there, Dad. All right, so here we'll go look at Newman. Come on.
Hello, Newman.
Yeah, see, that's the missed opportunity, right, for Newman here, is that he doesn't even have the Barbasol can. Let me zoom back out a little bit so you can see him.
By the way, could they not afford Gillette? Like they had to go with Barbasol, like your grandpa's like shaving cream.
Well, I think there was already a bunch of product placement in the movie, so I guess they couldn't get,
What? This is supposed to be Newman's character?
Yes.
No.
This is Dennis Nerdry. He looks like Dr. Octavius, like he's gonna fight Spider-Man. But
what kind of bullshit is this? Why does he have like a cattle prod, like sperm sucker in his hand? What does that do?
It's supposed to be a super soaker.
Wait, what are you supposed to do? Jerk off a cow with that and like a fucking cum dispenser? It looks like a cow cum dispenser. That'll suck him up. Stick it in.
Look, it looks like it's supposed to be a super soaker, but like he needs a Hawaiian shirt. Why does he have it's the middle of like summer at this park, right?
Is he here? Is he here in your apartment to spray for ants?
Why is he wearing a turtleneck? Is it hot on this tropical island?
Why does he got shades on when he's gonna exterminate your apartment?
Dad goes, Muldoon lost his hat, remember? When he was fighting with a raptor with the rocket launcher by the hotel. Oh man, that's hilarious.
I didn't know he was in No Country for Old Men.
Who?
This guy? Remember the prod that he's murdering people with? This
Yes.
whole thing? Busting the door handle open.
So here's the thing about
What's
this,
the
right?
most you ever lost in a coin toss?
So this is supposed to be Tim Murphy, right? But he looks like the actor that we talked about earlier from My Girl 2. Not Tim, the actor who played Tim. and he's got a brachiosaurus. So it's like, what are we gonna do when to come up with this figure? We're gonna look at prehysteria, and that's what we'll design will look like.
What's that guy's name? Austin O'Brien?
Austin O'Brien, yeah. And then you want to the actor who played Tim was Joseph Mazzello.
That little fucking kitty cage they put that dino in.
And look at the card art, right, for the figure. It's got the short hair. He looks like the actor, but then you got this guy who has like Eddie Furlong's hair. Like he's like, we love Terminator 2. We got to have that John Connor, Eddie Furlong look.
Like, give me the Swayze hair, bro.
Give me the Swayze hair, bro.
You go to the barber says, "Give me the Roadhouse."
Warren Beatty just missed the right. He's missing the trench coat, Dad. Yes, he does look like Warren Beatty.
Warren Beatty had that trench coat on through Dick Tracy because Madonna kept giving him bone.
Yeah, he had to
hide his bone.
He had to hide the package. So here's the thing. I always wanted this. This is the command center, the command compound. I never could get this. But it looks, man, look at it. It's awesome. It's like the front. It's got battle damage. It's got the fencing, the actual Jurassic Park gateway. Oh, yeah. I mean, this thing is great. I just never had it. I'd love to have this, though. I'd love to have it now. Just very cool. And then I love how there's like bolos and laser prods, and you got like electronic sounds. Electronic talking computer with over 100 phrases.
Somebody goes at the top like they're in like at a jail, like shooting an inmate trying to escape, shooting a dino trying to escape.
This is Dino Prison. It's not a compound. And then like one of the dinosaurs has a shank, and he stabs the other dinosaur. Oh my gosh.
How they get the dino damage.
I love how like they have Dennis Nedry like he's a good guy. He's just one of the team. He screws over the whole park and everybody there. You know, even the cleaning people that take care of all the like the compounds for like the hotels and all this stuff, they didn't deserve to die. But he's a hero in this line because we don't want bad guys. We want humans versus dinosaurs. I mean, I don't know. Okay, so let's get down to the last bit for this stuff, this was awesome. So I had this, the Bush Devil Tracker, which is the Jeep. This was really cool because you got like, you know, you could have space for all three of the characters, so you can almost recreate. If you had an Ian Malcolm figure, you could almost recreate the scene from the movie where they're being chased by the T-Rex. But I love how that Robert Muldoon looks like freaking Biff from Back to the Future. You know,
yeah.
He's like, "Hey, butthead,
like a tree,
yeah.
And get the hell out
hey,
of
dinosaur, here. Make like a tree, and get out of here." And the dinosaur's like, "It's Leaf, you idiot."
Since when did you become the physical type?
Please. Oh my god, I need someone to go and edit that together.
Hey, Biff, you forgot one thing. What the hell is that?
I hate manure. But it was really cool. You know, you got like a toy that looked just like from the movie, and it had some cool play features where like I was pulled out of friggin' Ghostbusters and Turtles. With T-Rex biting off the windshield damage to the car. Because everything.
Oh, man, look at Dern there with the Walla Wheelers.
Oh yeah, she's coming. She's coming with the ballistics. That is true.
Dern with the.
Hey Ruby, I make this bad joke and Ruby shows up. I apologize. Anyway, let's see. Oh, look, the planet, the Planet of the Apes play set. It is the Planet of the Apes play set, Dad. That
Dude,
is true.
the funny thing is, like, you know how hot you got to be as a woman to look good, and like they dress Laura Dern like she's going to Joanne Fabrics, like she's 45, like in the middle of the day, like making her kids like peanut butter jelly sandwiches. Like they dressed her so middle aged mom. Yeah, yet she was still hot, and that's like the extent of how hot Dern is.
Harold Dern is. Oh my gosh.
Her hotness still came through.
Oh man. Um, but I had that. I didn't have the copter.
You could just see her like Vince. She's like, this is what I'm gonna be wearing. What am I? What is this? Grocery store wear? I'm going to the grocery store today.
Short shorts with a pink top.
We're gonna put you, Laura. We've got the perfect ensemble for you. Like you're a 60-year-old mom on safari in Africa, which is great.
I love how they have Alan Grant
Okay,
as the pilot.
I looked at that quick, Vince. I thought it said capture cooter.
Well, I mean, all the dinosaurs on Jurassic Park are female.
Trying to capture cooter.
With Dino Net Trap and firing trank missiles.
I just hear the Apocalypse Now fucking Flight of the Banshee shit playing when this comes. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba.
Yeah, but you have you have Grant, who's not a pilot, flying the helicopter. I just don't
And
understand.
what are they dropping off here? Like jungle gym? What is going on here?
No, that's a capture net. They captured a raptor. Oh, you talking about the
The
weird
orange thing underneath. What is that? Like a
don't know.
gymnastics playset?
I mean, does it say? So he has the rotors. It has a hook for the net, a missile launcher.
Look at the Velociraptor being captured. He's like, I was taking a nap. Look at it like
No, actually, look at it. In one look. In one image, it's a raptor, right? In the next image, it's the T-Rex. So it's like, how big is this copter that the T-Rex can fit in there?
How can you, dude? That would weigh down the whole shit. There's no way it would be able to.
It would never It would be able to hover in the air. That's about it. And it's like, I mean,
it would pick him up and then crash immediately.
Yeah. And the T-Rex would be like, ooh, look, fresh meat dinner cooked. Or something, you know? I just that's that would not work.
Capture the T-Rex even though it's 3 times the size of the plane. Yes. Okay.
I love how they designed it too, with like the landing the landing strip stuff here to be on the side of the wings instead of underneath it. So I mean, wouldn't that affect the aerodynamics of this helicopter?
Oh man.
I just don't understand, man. I mean, that's probably why I passed it up.
The capture cooter.
But the Jungle Explorer, I did have. This thing was awesome. I always wanted a second one because it was really cool to be able to have like the vehicle from the movie.
Oh yeah, dude, I love the yellow and the green and like the
Oh yeah, the red and then the oranges, the two like the
so
gradient change between orange to white at the bottom of the Jurassic Park logo.
I just want to drive around on the street with that thing.
Dude, I would totally drive around one of these.
I love how it's eating the hood. It's like making a snack with the hood.
Yeah, because you could literally take this off. I actually I thought, I mean, it's cool looking now, but as a kid, I was like, why did you do this? Why did you make? I'm like, this sucks. You ruined this vehicle. Because I thought it was so.
Dino damage hood.
But you know, I always thought it was funny that like this hatch opens up and there's this like blood sample missile that like changed from clear to blood to show that it was taking a sample from the dinosaurs.
Kind of looks like the T-Rex is laughing.
Yeah, he's like, "You're driving around in an Explorer." But
You
yeah,
think that's gonna stop me? Ha ha ha! I'm gonna eat that hood.
I'm gonna eat your tire and you too. I'm gonna open this thing up like a can of sardines. But yeah, no, I wish they had better pictures and stuff because this thing was pretty cool.
Yeah,
And I need to pick up the newer one that they did that Mattel did, but sorry. Now I want to buy more toys. It's not good.
I need the Jungle Explorer in my life with my to go next to my dino damaged T-Rex.
The Dino DNA. All right, so now we're done with the original release of the Kenner figures from 1993. That's everything.
Now we're going into the Bendums.
Now we're going into Series 2, which covers a little bit more. It added more characters. This was almost like they were trying to... I think this is right before Lost World. So you got a lot more dinosaurs. You got a like expansion of different things. Like, because they had like a saber-tooth tiger. Like, they would actually really do that. I just... It was kind of weird. But then you got extra characters, which was really cool. I thought it was really cool.
We got the oh yeah, we had a lot. Wow.
Yeah, another 29 figures. So you got the
capture gear.
demon. We got the demon here, guys.
Who are the evil raiders?
So this was supposed to be like there was the JP team, the Jurassic Park team, versus like these guys that were coming on the island to steal dinosaurs.
Carnotaurus.
Yeah, Carnotaurus.
It's like saying it's horoscope. It's a Taurus.
Some of the design perspectives were weird and boxed. Yes, that is very true, Lo.
He's telling you what, who he's compatible with. He's a Taurus.
He's a Taurus.
Carnotaurus.
Carnotaurus. Then we got the fire beak here.
Wait a minute. Did they put a Jason Voorhees mask on this dino?
Which one?
Mask, dude.
Hold on. Oh, yeah. Hold on, let me get that off there.
They put a fucking hockey mask on it, dude.
Yeah. It was supposed to make it to where he can't bite. It's got the chain legs, and then it's got a marker. He's got that neck collar.
The Quetzalcoatlus. Look, what's that one called?
The
Quetzalcoatlus,
the fire beak.
But that's hilarious. They say Carnotaurus demon, and they put a Jason Voorhees mask on it. That's freaking hilarious. How do you say that, Vince? Quetzalcoatlus.
Quetzalcoatlus. I'm butchering it.
Hello, Clarice.
What's up, Darklink? Hello, Clarice.
Yo, Darklink, you ever heard of a Quetzalcoatlus?
It sounds like an alcoholic beverage. Now, I did have this. I did have the Utah Raptor, because like right around that time, we found out about that giant raptor. It was like, what, 12 feet tall or 10 feet tall? So I had this toy. He did have all the freaking like he's got the leg guards again. Like they chained him up, and he's got his ID tag.
Kind of looks like he's got a ball back there in the back. You see that little, like a little scrote in the back there? They're wrapping his head up too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're talking about the stump. He's stumpy.
It's a blood clot.
it's cancerous. Oh, jeez.
It's not a blood clot. Not a tumor.
Then you got the this The young T-Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That's like his weak spot. You just kick him in the scrot there, and he goes down.
Yeah, he's like, T-Rexes don't have nards. Wolfman's got nards.
Oh, it's the young Tyrannosaurus
Yeah,
with
the
Dino Dan.
the young buck.
The young T-Rex. It's little T-Rex, Lil Rex.
Little Rex, yeah. All right, we got the snapper here.
They look like they're just like torturing him. Like they put the jaws on him, and then they're just like shocking him. You
Right?
like that? You like that, a little T-Rex? Shock.
It's shocking.
Dino screams. But like, don't dinos roar? They don't scream.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they screech, they scream. Well, I don't know if they scream, but they might cry out because they're getting eaten by other carnivores. See, like finally we got a Gillimimus who's called the Speeder. Like, why did you give them nicknames? They were never in the movie called that.
Yeah, they all got the big head.
They're Gallimimus. It looks like they're flocking this way.
The Lickalotopus.
I got a big head and a little arms. I don't think this plan was thought out correctly. Right?
That's the adult version, Vince. The Lickalotopus.
Lick a lot.
That's the X-rated dino. That's the one not for kids. The Lickalotopus.
Yeah. This show is not for kids, guys. We're just gonna let this know, and gals. Definitely not for
And
kids.
don't get your kid the Lickalotopus. That's not an age-appropriate toy.
Especially if you have cats. Don't lick a cat.
It's a really good one for the second date. If you're on a second date, the Lickalotopus, but not for a kid's toy.
You're losing me, Ryan. Oh my god. I'm crying here. Oh yeah, this is the one that had the thing where you put the thing in there, you can suck up water and have it squirt water out. So it's
there, Vince. Settle down.
settle down, settle down there.
Settle down with all that.
We too late. Whatever. My kitty loves it.
The Dilophosaurus.
Lycanthropes. The
What's
fangs.
this
The
one? Dildosaurus.
This is the well, that was the Dilophosaurus or whatever, the one that spits on Nedry in the movie and kills him in the Jeep. But this one, look, is a saber strike teeth. Instead of being a saber-toothed tiger, it's a saber strike teeth.
Ah.
I just like, wow, the naming conventions on this.
Also known as Fang, Saber Strike, Teeth.
He's got fangs. Watch out. All right, hold on.
I'm with a trading card. What is that in there?
Yeah. All the figures usually came with a Topps trading card, exclusive to the figure, that weren't part of the original Topps, like Jurassic Park card line. This is Ram Head, guys,
It's a ram head. That's what she said.
with head butting action.
The ladies love that when you ram your head. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It gets a little creepy. Fangs are just things. Let it happen. Okay, back to Lurk. I love y'all. Thanks, Dark Lake.
What? Got a headbutting feature. Headbutting attack.
Yeah, headbutting attack. The Velociraptor Raptor with slashing jaws.
Hey Vince, I'll be back. I gotta do a round.
Yeah, no worries.
Hold it down, brother.
Yep, got it. So, I mean, it was cool that they decided to go in and actually make more dinosaurs for the collection. Some of these were like, why did they do this? But then some of them were really cool, like getting some of the aquatic dinosaurs and stuff. At least I would think that guy's aquatic, but he looks like he has normal feats. This is the cobra dinosaur, Constrictor neck attack. Oh, with he's a bendum, which we were talking about earlier. So we have jumped the shark. This is from the Chaos line. You skipped 2 lines before. Dad, no, I'm doing. I did that because here's the Chaos effect ones, and I'll get to that here in a moment. These are the ones with the neon green and yellow, weird colored dinosaurs. But you had Dino Trackers, which are supposed to be, if I remember correctly, these guys are supposed to be part of Jurassic Park. We got Harpoon Harrison with firing double spears. I always thought this guy was funny. He's like, it's so hot that I'm gonna wear short shorts and a vest with no shirt and a ball cap turned backwards. But I had him. I did have this figure. And most of the actual human characters. We got Giles Jackson. With hair trigger capture trap. It's so weird seeing like this Judge Dredd like shoulder coverage thing on his outfit. Like, is it designed to be kind of like Kevlar or something to protect from dino bites if they come in? I don't know. I just thought these were so cool. I just had no problem. I think I still have this camera weapon thing somewhere in one of my toy boxes. Now seeing this, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember what that is now. Aw, it sucks. Aw, is she purring? Good. All right, cool. And of course, you got to have the Texan on the group. This is Sergeant T Rex Turner, even though he's probably from the Outback and has an Australian accent. Wearing a leather jacket like he's from some metal band and some khaki cargo pants. I think the thing I liked about this figure though was like the bow and arrow that you got with it. Freaking Hawkeye over here, ready for action. This actually had a story that went with it. A group of scientists went in and tried to pick up where John Hammond left off. Yeah, because this is before. These figures were all before Lost World. So I don't even think Crichton had written the book at that time with this stuff. Then you had the Evil Raiders. I think I only had like one of the. I think I had this guy Skinner. I don't think I had Dr. Snare. I love how like it's a retro 80s style with the Evil Raiders. And he looks like he's right out of what is it? Rescuers Down Under, the villain from that. Even with his sniper rifle here. I mean, it's like they took the inspiration from that movie for this guy. No actual figure unloose, but I don't know. I had this guy. It kind of reminded me of like he's it's the Predator without the makeup and mask. I don't know. I just thought this guy looked kind of cool as a kid. That's kind of what it was back then. You just kind of like looked on the shelves. You're like, oh, cool. There's something new. You pick it up for whatever reason. I think I'd love the container too that you could put stuff in. It's like anytime you can get figures that have accessories for like crates and stuff like that, that helps build your play set out to have like realistic environment elements and stuff. Like if you were building play sets. Yep, and I remember that damn knife. Freaking it's a front of a dinosaur's skull cut in half and shaved down. Honestly, never realized they had Jurassic Park toys. Um, so the first ones, Ruby came out in 93. I think these came out 94, 95. Let me look. It should say up here. Yeah, 94 was when these released. So, I mean, I was between 12 and 13 at the time. So, I love this stuff. I've always been a collector of toys, so it doesn't bother me. Um, you play with toys? Yeah, I did, and I still do. I don't care. I pay my dues. The check is in the mail. But these are really cool, Ruby. Like some of these, like you got little mini dinosaurs. So even if you just collected the mainline figures, you got small dinosaurs to go with them, and they were. I mean, I think they were like $5 or 5.99 for like the actual figures. So I mean, if you had $20, you'd get three, maybe four figures. So this is just a rehash, redeco of Grant. Kind of like it, It's the white shirt with the blue jean pants and the knee pads and boots and everything. Nothing new, but it just added something to it. But I never had this one. I kept with the original line, and then like I picked up some of the newer characters. I didn't want to rehash some of the ones we had before. Like I didn't get this version of Grant, the Bola launcher one. It just kind of like I felt it kind of went wacky with some of this stuff because it's like why is a paleontologist actually going around with weaponry to take out dinosaurs? Like they become the experts to hunt them down. And this was the other, yeah. I did remember this because like they did the Nedry without the shirt. I mean, without the glasses and stuff. It sucks. You really can't see it. You can see it here, but they don't have a really good picture of him. Uh, but it was still cool. It's just a missed opportunity. You should have had him be somebody else or make his shirt Hawaiian. Because he doesn't look like he's a nerd or anything. He just like he's part of the team. Like it's an alternate reality, or he didn't screw over John Hammond and the rest of the crew of Jurassic Park. And see, this was a better Ellie because the hairstyle's different. You had the pink top, but it looks more metallic. I guess it's the lighting and the winning, depending on the paint job. These were for the second series of Jurassic Park 1 because they had dino trackers, evil raiders. What's up, Mazin? Where is my okay, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Give me a second. Actually, you know what? Hold on, Mazin. Just for you, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go to do this real quick so you can see it. I did promise that I would get you sexy Ian Malcolm on the stretcher with his chest out. So we need to look at Mattel. I think it's the 30th anniversary figures. Hold on. So, well, there's one. There's your sexy and Malcolm with a glider and a rocket launcher that shoots kryptonite at dinosaurs. That's not the one I'm looking for, but And Malcolm has hit the gym, so he's ready to take on dinosaurs from Krypton. Hold on, let me find. There's that. Where's it at? There's the Amber Collection. I think it's the Amber Collection that had the. Yeah, hold on, let me find it. Let's see, where are you at? Because these gave you the more accurate figures, but there was an exclusive Ian Malcolm that he's literally laid on the stretcher. But like, check this out. So you got that's what Nerdry should have looked like, right? That's your Wayne Knight. He's got the raincoat. He's got the barber saw, which me and Ryan were making a comment that the figure didn't come with. You got his face. He's all covered in the poison sludge. And then you got a really nice Grant. I really wanted to pick these figures up, but I never did. Um, but here we'll get into the. Let me see. There's the. He's got you got Malcolm with the flare. He's got the water cup with the ripples, some extra hands. He's got an amber stand. And look at that. Look at that Jeff Goldblum. His crazy laugh he would do in the movie. Where's my Jeff Goldblum? So Vince. Then they did Jurassic Park 2, Jurassic Park 3 dinosaurs. Oh yeah, okay, all right. So we're on the right track. So here you go. You got a little bit more with him with the walkie-talkie. But let me find the one. If not, I'll pull it up. But yeah, like you got a better Robert Muldoon. You got John Raymond Arnold. You got John Hammond. These are really good. Much better Ellie. The only problem with this Ellie is like if you look at this eye looks off. Like they painted it on her face wrong. But let me find this. Come on, where are you at? It would have been. It's Mattel, Chaos Theory, Legacy Collection, is it? I know it was a con exclusive. That's what I'm looking for. If I need to, I'll just do a search for it. Uh, Hammond Collection. Sorry if I'm going too fast, guys. I'm just trying to look for that to certain figures. Yeah, it's another Ellie, Malcolm, Owen Grady from the Lost World, another Robert Muldoon. Look, it's Dr. Henry Wu with Mr. DNA. Next page. Come on, tell me you guys have it here. Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up. Okay, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna pull that up real quick. Jurassic Park. Tell. Toys. Ian. Malcolm. Items, where you at? Here you go. I found it. I'll pull the thing here, copy, paste into the section where video is. Paste. All right, so here you go. This is just for you, Mazen. You asked for it, and you shall receive. You got your nice Mattel Creations, weird looking face, Ian Malcolm, with his splint on his leg, his chest open. That has light base and everything. Oh, check that out. That's awesome. I actually kind of love that. It's a book that folds out to that scene, but it's his book from Lost World. God creates dinosaurs. That is awesome. All right, Mazen, what do you think, man? What do you think? What's up, Oiling? Ryan needs some extra hands for tonight's. What's up, Oiling? I like him in Independence Day and Thor Ragnarok 2. What's up, Mazen? I see a custom artwork on the right side of your stream. Oh yeah, that the artwork. Hold on. So on the stream side, let me go and see that. So hold on, guys. So that artwork that is done by Stark. So was it Stark Tectorum? Our buddy Matt, he did that for me.
Papi Mazen, boiling blood.
So I was showing them the okay, so you didn't see it, so hold on, I'll pull it. So check this out. I'm gonna go back a little bit so we can yeah, here you go. We're gonna go and do a open in a new tab. Oh my gosh, that's blurry as hell. I apologize. Bleeding cool news. There you go, that'll work. Zoom in. So recreates that scene where he's sitting there like with his leg because it was broken after they wrapped him up with the split and everything. So it's just like it's that that awesome scene, right? So I needed to get that for Mazen. He needed some sexy Ian Malcolm. Yes. No memes. There's a figure of a sexy Malcolm, right? Exactly. No, yeah, it's no man. Yes, you're right.
Dude, why was Goldblum? Okay, let me just ask you this: of all the wardrobe options for Jurassic Park, he's like, give me the Elvis Returns. You remember that when Elvis came back?
Yes.
And he's in like head to toe leather with the fucking. He's like, give me the Elvis Return special outfit, like for Jurassic Park. Just what a weird stylistic choice. Like, give me like all this leather to wear. I don't know. It's just.
Well, if you think about it, he kind of. Dad, tell me if I'm wrong here, but like he reminded me of like the character. He is basically Buckaroo Banzai, but like, because he's kind of like a rock star, this like scientist, chaos theory guy that gets brought into the island, but like just not as cool as Buckaroo.
Was he wearing leather fucking pants in Jurassic Park 2? Leather pants?
Yeah, he was wearing it was a full leather costume, man.
A full leather costume. Like
Yeah.
The only person that's ever worn that is like Jim Morrison or Elvis on that reunion special that was on TV in like 1970. Can we pull up what I'm talking about, Vince? Because people are maybe young here. They don't know the Elvis reunion special. We just put up like Elvis TV special leather outfit because that's like what fucking Goldblum is wearing.
Give me a second. Let me pull it up. Was Elvis return?
Like Elvis Returns TV special leather outfit. That's like fucking Goldblum. And he's like, that's what I want to wear to a dinosaur theme park, please.
Yeah.
Need a full leather outfit.
All right, hold on. I got it. I'll bring it over here in a second. Yeah, this will make people laugh because you could definitely see it.
Like, it's like, okay, we're gonna be at a lot of locations in like rainforest-esque areas, mountainous, and there's no AC. And let me put on head to toe leather for that. I'm not gonna sweat at all in that. Please give me that outfit.
It's like, hey, pretty dinosaur, let me sing you a song. Don't eat my baby here, please. Yeah. Okay. So hold on. Dad said Spielberg wanted to portray him as a science rock star. Come on, pretty mama.
Show me where these velociraptors are.
Yeah. There'll be dinosaurs on your dinosaur tour, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's rocking the full Elvis.
Hold on. Wait.
68 come. Goldblum's like, give me the Elvis 68 comeback special outfit.
Hold on. Let me do this. Uh, uh, Ian Malcolm. I want quotes. I want quotes so I can do the continue with this Elvis impersonation. Just just for you, you pretty people.
Which it would be funny to side by side him in a picture, like the 68 Elvis.
We're in the hands of engineers. Well, actually, let me get a better quote. I just saw one. Yeah, here we go. God creates dinosaurs. God destroys dinosaurs. God creates man. Man destroys God. Blasphemy. Man creates dinosaurs. I'm done. I'm done trying to do my impersonation of Elvis here. Dr. Umalga wore a black leather jacket, Lost Worlds, Jurassic Park. That jacket was actually borrowed from Jeff Goldblum's own wardrobe. So he's wearing his own stuff.
Of course it was.
Sorry, Ryan. He did not wear leather pants.
Well, he was wearing it in the statue. That statue of him had leather pants.
Yeah. He was wearing some black jean denims. You know, he
So
was.
did we ever do a side by side?
Can you do a side by side? I don't know. Let me see. Versus Ian.
It's like enlarge one picture, then enlarge the other.
Give me a second. Hold on. Let me see if I can actually find it.
Don't you step on my dino DNA. You can do anything, but don't step on my dino DNA.
I don't even know if there's I'm literally looking to see. There's like no comparison between the two. That's. Oh, geez. That's one big pile of shit there. Anyway, all right. So we're done.
I'll send you one. I'll send you one to put up on the screen later, like a comparison pic.
Yeah. So here you go. There's this is Ellie, but a different head sculpt, who looks like Owen Wilson. Wow.
Wow.
Oh yeah, here you go. Here's Nedry with a red sweater in the middle of the jungle without the sunshades. Still looks like Alfred Molina. Ready to go fight Spider-Man.
2 for the show.
3 to get ready. Now you have to salute him at half mast. Oh, come on. Come on, guys. That's hilarious. We're riffing here. Maybe my impression of the king is making people not want to engage. I apologize, folks. But what was cool with this one, and this was I had this figure, was finally actually getting an Ian Malcolm to go with that first wave of Jurassic Park figures. And with this figure, he's definitely wearing like leather pants, because it's like there's no difference between the pants he's wearing and his jacket there. But I totally remember this because like the krypton, the neon green with the Gillimimus for the dinosaur that came with him.
Man, some of these dino names are fucking hard to say.
Yeah. I didn't go to school to become a linguist, so if I can't read it, I just don't. But it was cool to have a figure that looked like him, that looks like Jeff Goldblum. I mean, what else can you do? You could like totally take this and make him into the Fly. And I had this version of Robert Muldoon. Still no hat. He looks like Duke, but if you look at his face, he looks more like Robert Muldoon here because of the way the facial features are than the other figure that came out. At least the actor. What was his name? Hold on. Bob Peck played played Robert Muldoon. Wow, he passed away. I forgot about that. He passed away April 4th, 1999. That's crazy. Passed away at 53 in London, UK. Cause of death was cancer. Man, rest in peace, man. Loved his movies he was in.
Who did?
Bob Peck, the person who played Robert Muldoon in the movie.
What character was he?
The clever girl guy. The
Oh,
game
clever girl.
the game warden.
How old was he?
50.
What the fuck?
He was 53, man.
That young?
Yeah.
Was he a smoker or something?
I don't know. I just know that that just says cause of death was cancer.
Not fair.
Yeah, no.
Hey, here's the picture.
All
You
right.
gotta pull it up side by side. It's Elvis Goldblum.
Elvis Goldblum. Okay, hold on.
I'm picturing you, Jeff. I'm picturing you as an Elvis comeback special.
Where'd you send it to me? You send it to me on
No, I put the link in the chat.
Oh, in the chat? Okay. That'll work.
The dinosaur movie in the jungle. I
Th-
don't know.
There you go. Look
I'm
at
not
that.
weather in the jungle.
I love how it's just a funny thing. First off, thanks, Ruby. I try to do really good impressions. Sometimes they're hit or miss. But look at Ian. He's like looking at Elvis. Is like, I'm not impressed. Wait, is Elvis's zipper like almost down?
He probably thought it looked cool.
Yeah, probably. They're Pretty Mama. You know, the funny thing is, like, when you do an Elvis impression, you can almost go into Johnny Bravo. Hoo, ha, ha. Anyway, all right, so that's that. Um, yeah. It's amazing that we were getting like some good sculpts with this line, because like even this Timmy, I think had a different, yeah, had the more accurate hairstyle. If you look at it, whenever it comes up, I know it's gonna take a moment. I love the card is the part where he's climbing over the electric fence.
Jimmy's got jorts.
Yeah, he's got jorts. Hey man, there's a reason why I like my jorts. I want the comfortability of jeans, but I want the airflow that you get when you wear shorts. So, and then we just got started getting reissues of some of the other vehicles that we had before. So you got the Bush Devil Tracker with more color schemes relevant to the new toy line. I particularly like the stuff that was very close to the original Jurassic Park stuff. But it was cool to see some of these like G.I. Joe-esque vehicles that were being released.
Available summer '94.
The capture cruiser. Overhead strike net. You can tear off the canopy. Yeah, it kind of sucks though they don't have any pictures of the actual vehicles in play, but still cool. I mean, that was something new, and then you had the Jungle Explorer again
Go up to the original picture here.
of the capture cruiser.
Yeah. Go up to the top real quick.
Yeah, it's gonna pop up here in a second. Should be up now.
You gotta look at the dude on the left with the backwards hat. He's like, "Come on, Dad, can we keep him?"
No, it's like, hey, I'm Johnny Knoxville, and welcome to Jackass. Actually, it looks like, dude, it looks like Pontius. That's what it is. It looks like Pontius from Jackass with a cap on.
I told you before, son. We already have a Velociraptor, huh? He's Bam Margera. Whatever the fuck I want.
We're gonna get completely copyrighted from just because we did the humming and sounds of the Jackass theme. But that's what it looks like. It looks like Pontius. I don't know who would be the other guy then. I don't even think. I think he's just the ride along guy.
Overhead strike net.
Jungle Runner. With firing grappling hook. Action.
We got dinosaurs to catch. Get the capture cruiser. Dude, I love how the nets don't even look like they be safe enough to like pick fish up.
Yeah, they would get through. Yeah, true. And then you got the strike cycle.
It's like that'll stop him.
The evil
You
Raiders.
get that old fishing net, that'll stop him.
I love how like every toy line we've looked at, like the motorcycle is usually the villain's vehicle. Somehow. It's like if you ride a motorcycle, you're evil.
Evil Raiders. Explain Evil Raiders to me. Who's that?
So this is supposed to be. So when they did this line, the subset, it was supposed to be like scientists coming back to the island to continue what Hammond was doing, and these evil raiders were there to steal the dinosaurs for engine and stuff, or whatever that other third-party company was. But I had that figure. I was making jokes about that earlier. He looks like the Predator without the mask. So let me go. I'll go back up to him real quick.
Owen Wilson.
Oh yeah, because of Ellie looking like Owen Wilson. Wow. Yeah, here you go. So Skinner here.
What do you think of the picture of Elvis Goldblum, Blood?
I mean, just put the Predator mask on him and finish the. He's like in mid paint or being designed to look like the Predator for the next movie. Anyway, let me see. So there's those, and then I think that's it. And then, so the last one we were going to talk about tonight would have been the. We'll get back to that. Hold on. So Jurassic Park. I'm going to go to Kenner. Chaos Theory. Series 2 we already looked at. Chaos Effect, yeah. From because so Your original Jurassic Park line from Kenner was 1993. Then you had the Series 2, which was 93 to 94. And then it jumped from there to the Chaos Effect. And that was the last of the Kenner stuff. And then it went to Mattel, I think, had the license for a bit. Well, no, Hasbro had it, I think, and then Mattel. This is where it gets weird, man. This is the jumping the shark moment for that first wave of Jurassic Park stuff before we got to like Lost World toys and then Jurassic Park 3. But you got these weird like jungle colored dinosaurs. We got the Thrasher T-Rex with Chaos Gene. It looks like a parakeet. Let me know what your thoughts on that, Ryan, are.
The parakeet?
Yeah, the parakeet T-Rex.
I bought that for $1.
You would? Okay. I'd buy that for $1. I didn't have any of these figures, honestly. I had the first two stuff. I mean, I had a lot of the stuff from the first two, but none of this. I mean, you're like, this is 96, 97. Dude, I was super. I was playing video games. I still collected toys, but like I was super hyped for Final Fantasy 7. If this came out anytime around 7, I didn't even think about it. 7 was my brain was on that, and then Symphony of the Night. Both those two games. Let's see.
They lost me at Evil Raiders, Vince.
The Evil Raiders. Evil Raiders.
They lost me at the Dino Screaming Evil Raiders.
I love how the links broke. So I clicked to enlarge, and it disappeared. Now you can see it. Okay. A Margot Spinus. Aerospinus. I don't know. Yeah, they're starting to cross genetics to. That's what this was. Is like, all right, we're gonna take species and combine them together to make other species. I don't know. Kind of a cool concept, but weird in the same token. I would have been 4 years old then. Ah, no worries, Ruby. 1997 sounds so long ago. It does, though. It does so very much. Man, I was 16, or would have been 16 in September. So 15 for most of the years. 16 towards the end. It was a great year, great vintage year. What was your 97 like, Ryan?
The year of 1997?
Yeah.
I was probably finishing middle school.
Do you have any memories from it?
Tell me movies that came out that year.
97. Okay.
Biggest movies in 97.
Biggest.
I don't know. It's hard for me to have. It's hard for me to. Like, it's weird. I don't know about you, but like, I have a lot of memories from my early years, like up to maybe like 10.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really remember a lot about middle school.
Oh, dude, I do.
Other than I hated it, but I loved. Once I got into high school, I loved it.
Well, because like,
I found a lot of people to play music with in a band.
so for me, 97 was the year that I went from 8th grade to freshman year in high school. And I remember like when I was in 8th grade, like just being hyped up for Final Fantasy 7. I remember sitting there in class drawing the characters and stuff that I was getting from EGM, and
Yeah,
then
but I started playing guitar a lot in middle school, and middle school pissed me off because they had us do all that shit against our will, like run the mile, and like you had to wear like those like that outfit at gym. They just a lot of shit that they didn't make us do in high school. Because
hmm
it's like once you get to high school, I feel like they weren't as much of dicks about that stuff. Like you had to do all this bull crap in middle school. I remember, I remember like my middle school like made you do like a safety patrol thing, just all kinds of just the dumbest shit that they could come up with. Bad you doing?
so well, I didn't have problem like because I remember like my science class, Mrs. Robinson, we there was one project we did where because that was the same teacher that read us Lost World, and then we went and saw it and talked about it in class. But we also did like where we took squids, cut them up, fried them, and had them in class. We did a project where we got to create our own like creature or insect, and I created this thing called a maniscorp. It's like half scorpion, half praying mantis, and we had to do this whole thing. It's like its backstory, like the things about it, its habitat, its whatever. I remember that vividly, but I also remember like the art class and my friends like hanging out at my house all the time. Like I just remember all that stuff vividly, especially like from because I remember like when I moved there, because I was already when I went to school, I was a year behind because I was born in mid September, right? So when I went to school, I was a year older than most kids because by the time I got because I was behind, right? But so like when I went to that to Miller and was walking, I was taller than most of the kids. And then all the other kids grew up. Like from 7th grade, I was taller than most of the kids, and then when 8th grade happened, they were all starting to hit their growth spurts. So I was a little shorter. Um, but no, I remember that stuff vividly. But okay, to answer your original question, because we're not on a tangent, you got Jurassic Park: Lost World, Face Off with John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. You got Breakdown with Kurt Russell, Gone Fishing with Danny Glover and Joe Pesci, Jackie Brown, Tomorrow Never Dies, Men in Black, Money Talks, Air Force One, The
Yeah, I
Jackal.
was seeing all these.
Uh, but big things to note, right? So like Con Air came out this time. That was a big one.
I was in middle school. I was playing a lot of Genesis. I was seeing every one of these movies, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was taking guitar lessons and just trying to get really good on a guitar.
Let's see. Titanic, Boogie Nights, George of the Jungle, Scream 2, Fire Down Below, As Good as It Gets, Private Parts. I'm just naming off some movies I'm seeing here. Dad said like Event Horizon, Fifth Element came out that year. Shit.
Yeah, I saw Event Horizon like 3 times.
Men in Black, yeah, Fifth Element, Liar Liar. Yeah, I saw Fifth Element a lot. Man, and I had a huge crush on Mila Jovovich back then from that movie. I
Is
just
Mila gonna have to choke a bitch?
I don't know. Relic, yeah, Relic was great. There was so much good stuff. Mimic, yes, yes, yes. My wife turned at me. I'm like, what, you had a crush on her? Well, yeah, she was pretty in that movie. You're my wife. I love you.
Even though she couldn't make a sentence,
No, no, she couldn't.
that was part of the appeal. Oh, don't you know? To tell Anna we love when women can't make a sentence.
Ryan said we love a woman that can't make a sentence.
Tell her because it's less arguing that we have to listen to.
Because it's less arguing we have to listen to, is what Ryan said. Ryan's pushing it, Anna says. um,
Tell her she can read more in my book, Chauvinist Pig.
no, so it'd be the retro chauvinist pig. There you go.
Nobody's perfect.
No, no one is perfect. Dude, like this line is weird, man. Like this is where they were like kind of like, all right, we're gonna go back to the design board and like design cross species. And like, here you go, you got the Omega Rex. I'm like, okay, bright
What
orange.
dude, what is it with all these fucking toy lines where they start to? It is a jump the shark every time. It's
Mhm.
like they start taking too many liberties. They start doing too many like things on tangents that are just too far removed from the actual series. This is just like classic, just overshooting the toy line stuff.
Oh,
That's
which
why less is more. Less is more with toy lines.
so which one had the club tail? You said boiling. I think that's yeah, the one that Dad just said. Because there's also the Stegosaurus that has the spines on the tail.
But dude, this is why I almost prefer the toy lines to get canceled early because they never get to this point of just stupid shit.
Well, look, this is right. So you have generic hero that's Ian Malcolm. That doesn't look like anything like Ian Malcolm. He's like wearing this weird ass suit. Like, why would Ian even come back to this place? We know that in Lost World, he's like, I don't even want to go back to dealing with dinosaurs, but he ends up going back like multiple times. But he looks like generic character from the second series or the new adventures of Johnny Quest.
I gotta tell you something though. It's time for a shots fired moment. All right.
Okay.
As soon as I seen Floyd hitting me with the fucking Dante's Peak. All right, look, listen. All these we
Disaster
got to a
movies.
point. We got this is the shots fired moment for me. All right. I gotta get these out. Until we hit episode 50, I gotta get all these out. Look, this we started to reach a point of peak disaster movie bullshit at a certain point with the fucking volcano movies and Dante's Peak and the alien invasion movies. Everything's the end of the world. Fucking Armageddon. Okay, we got to a point where if I seen one more of these fucking movies come out, I swear to fucking God, and all the Roland Emmerich stuff, the world freezes over, all this shit. Dude, we got to the point of just such moronic disaster movies by the end of the 90s. It got so stupid.
Well, we had the volcano movies. So we had Volcano and then we had Dante's Peak. I thought Volcano was a much better movie than Dante's Peak. And especially considering it as that scene where the cop that ends up having to walk through the lava and you see him just that was like
But a lot of
horrible.
these were brain dead popcorn flicks, man. They were what they were. I'm not even saying they were that horrible, but they weren't very good either. They were not very look, they one thing they definitely weren't was intellectual in any capacity. And I'm not saying movies even have to be, but we did reach a peak of just tomfoolery idiot movies with the disaster crap.
Well,
And
yeah.
people even got burnt out on it because they stopped fucking making them after a while.
Well, you had
Because it was
Armageddon
way
and
too
then Deep
many.
Impact, which were two that were mirrors of the both of those. You had man, like the
Well, Face Off is great. Face Off isn't a disaster movie.
no, yeah,
Um,
Face Off is awesome. I hate that cat semi-military training shit we have to do back in the day in high school. Oh, for like if you're in ROTC and stuff, or yeah, luckily I didn't do any of
wasn't
that
a lot
stuff.
of that because they kept saying an asteroid was going to hit and then it never did. Then they were
Yes.
just hyping us all up with that bullshit.
Hey, well,
Right?
and we're gonna be honest. In 2032, we do have an asteroid that's gonna be passing really damn close
Oh,
to.
stop again with the bullshit.
It's out there, man. You go look it up. You can see it with a telescope.
Well, you got to admit, Hollywood got really dumb there for a while. It's just like fucking enough already with this shit.
Oh, I know. So, I'm just gonna go over the cool thing out of this. This was the mobile command center we got. I never picked this up, but this is basically the retool of the thing that they put out for Lost World. It's just that van that was really cool in the movie. It had the hide, the research bay and all this stuff, and it's just like it was. The vehicle's cool. The color scheme sucks. Come on, baby. Oh, it's me kitty. I love you too. You guys are gonna see a tail probably. Oh. But they just got weird, man, like with some of this stuff. But then like when they did the Lost World stuff, um oh, it's your baby. Just one in my lap. I got my kitty, my son's cat in my lap. She wants attention. So like this is cool. Not all that weird neon, weird blue colors. It's military. It looks awesome. Like I wanted this as a kid, or well, I wanted this as a 17 year or 16-year-old. Um, but look at that, man! It's got a fencing and everything. You got the medical bay, the arm. I mean, you could technically almost recreate the scene where they're having to climb through it because it fell off the edge because of the two mama T-Rexes that were our mama
The
and
mobile
papa.
command center.
Huh?
The mobile command center, you wanted it?
Dude, I wanted this because I thought that vehicle was so awesome in the movie and in the book, and I wanted this as a toy. I thought this was awesome, but I never picked it up. You know what I did get for from 1997 though? We'll go look at this real quick, because and I had it for all of one day before when I opened it for Christmas and realized that the electronic stuff was broken. And I got it brand new. Keep in mind, I got this brand new from my grandmother. But but I got this that Christmas of 97. We're gonna look at Power of the Force 2. And we're gonna go right to vehicles. I got this bad boy right here in on my 16th Christmas. But it didn't work. The electronic features and light sounds did not work. It sucked.
Earthquake, Towering Inferno, Poseidon Adventure. Those are pretty mindless too.
Earthquake, yeah, Tornado Inferno, Poseidon Adventure. Well, the remake of Poseidon Adventure I thought was really good, but still. I'm a little biased because it had short-lived Kurt Russell in it. In 97, my mom wasn't buying me any more toys. That vehicle is dope. Dude, this thing, man, I wanted this as a kid so bad. Like I remember the original one and stuff that like my dad had and from the original Power of the Force, but I wanted this so bad, but it was broken when I got it. And they didn't have any more in stock, so I took this, got store credit, picked up Castlevania Symphony of the Night, picked up a couple other figures because I think this is like $100 vehicle. Look at me now at 41. Ha ha ha. Sudden impact. I mean, come on, Ryan. Didn't you want this as a kid? The AT-AT, the Imperial Walker.
Yeah, how did we end up on Power of the Force?
Well, because I was talking about like how in '97, like the only vehicle that I ended up getting that year was that. I was just talking about because I wanted this.
Dude, you already know I love some Power of the Force too.
Dude, hell yeah, man.
Everybody else hates it.
Well, hey,
People talk about the way people talk about Power of the Force too. It's like I almost want to. I don't want it to. I don't want to go so far as to compare it to something else, but
well, here, hold on. All right, we'll do this right. So, if you're gonna talk about the reason why people did not like Power of the Force, because I don't even know.
I know the steroid Vader.
Well, steroid Vader. It's also steroid Luke.
It's also chimpanzee Leia.
That looks like
chimpanzee face Leia.
That looks like my friend or my dad's friend Mark.
But But people hate the whole line. They only fucked up like the first 8 figures.
Oh, no, I know. We got so much more stuff with this. Like, we even got expanded universe characters.
It's like
Um,
such a. They had a weak start, but like people hate on the whole line, and like we got so many figures we never got in the first line.
mm-hmm. I think, I think the thing that why people hated it, honestly, was because it was oversaturated. You look at like these
Yeah,
figures.
Vince, we gotta. I think we're getting too
We're getting
off on a tangent here.
well, we're done. We're done with the Jurassic Park stuff.
What do we got? How do we sum up though?
Yeah,
The Jurassic Park toys. I mean,
I do.
they were firing on all cylinders for.
Honestly, they still resonate with me. I'm like, I wish I had this stuff still. Like those first
Yeah.
two series, I'm okay with. Great figures. I mean, it's not like the figures that we were getting with some of the other stuff wasn't bad, but it wasn't great, and it was beyond what like our knowledge of the stuff is. Like, great, our memories of that are like we want stuff that represents the movie. So any of that stuff that was like the vehicles, the play sets, the characters, perfect. Like maybe some extended universe stuff, perfect. But when you get into this, like we're gonna do cross mutation dinosaurs that one a flying T Rex or a saber tooth raptor.
Because these toy lines always get greedy, dude. They always get greedy. Just put out less shit but better shit and keep it good.
I get you, Matt. I get you. The mobile commander set is awesome. Yeah, it is dope.
They,
Yeah.
they like to flood the fucking aisles with bull crap until it stops selling well because they screw the pooch on these toy lines every time, dude.
Oh
We
yeah.
should one of the segments we should do on every one of these episodes is that jump the shark moment. We directly point the finger to like one figure that after that everything went to the shithole. And what would this one be? I
Uh,
say I say this goddamn, what were they called? The fucking poacher bitches or whatever? What were
I
those
didn't
guys called?
honestly. I didn't have a problem with them. The thing is for me, it's that chaos. Here, it's. Where are you at?
Well that's fine. We got different jump the shark
Oh yeah, yeah,
moments.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. So
For
for
me the jump shark moment is the fucking Kojak looking poacher ass guy. And from that after that, I think it's all ass. And your jump the shark moment is
the
the
neon,
cross pollinated
yeah, cross pollinated figures.
dinosaur.
So for you, you're looking at here series two.
Well, yeah, because
And
like my the way my taste is, Vince, I'm usually going to be earlier than you are with the jump the shark.
like
I
this.
like to kind of nip it in the butt with these toy
So
lines.
you didn't.
I like less is more on these.
Well, look. Here's the thing: is that you can piecemeal what you're doing, right? But yes, like I didn't get this guy. This is basically the villain from freaking, like I said earlier, he was the villain from fucking Rescuers Down Under. I mean, even down to his freaking sniper rifle, like his hat and the jacket and duster. But like this guy, I had. I don't know. I just thought he looked cool as a kid. He's got fucking scar face and everything. But I get it.
Because like I'm like that, Vince. Even with my favorite toy lines, like even
Mm-hmm.
with turtles, like I like call jump the shark. Once we start getting into fucking clowning Mikey and shit and all these farmer turtles, once we start, and that's still pretty early on. That's like halfway, and I call jump the shark. So like I'm the kind of guy that's just I'm kind of a purist on. I don't like too many uh derails of where the line was going. I don't like it. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I feel like you'll probably be later than me usually, but it'll make an interesting. It'll make an interesting feature every episode where we call different jump the shark moments.
Yeah, to see where we're at on that stuff. But like this stuff here, like this weird ass coloring, it just takes me out of it. Like I just don't care about any of this. It's kind of like GI Joe. I'm not a fan of the Eco Warrior stuff, like the that they had where it was like
Well,
them versus.
your dad disagrees with us on stuff too because he doesn't like pretenders. I love pretenders.
Mm-hmm.
Pretend.
Yeah. Um,
There's stuff like it's funny because like there's stuff you wouldn't think I would like and would call Jump the Shark on, but I do like it. It's weird. I you never know where I'm gonna stand on stuff.
well, and see, like for me too, is that the part of this is like we got without having those Raiders, right? We would have never got these other figures, right? We never would have gotten an Ian Malcolm. That's where it's like I'm willing to take the sacrifice so I can get a good Ian, I can get a good Modum, and I can get a better Ellie. Because I mean, that Ellie is definitely better than the one that came out originally, even though it looks like Owen Wilson from the, at least from the packaging. But I remember it looking a lot better than what this shitty image is that we're looking at. But it's like I
Yeah.
sometimes it's like sometimes it's worth taking the hit on something to get better figures that you didn't get in the first series. Now, like Mask, that's a whole different story because we talked about that. We both agreed that like that whole racing thing that they did towards the end there, man, that was jump the shark crazy stupid. It's like you have these two factions, one trying to take over the world, one trying to save the world, and then they decide they're going to do wacky races. It's like they completely lost their identity. Um, this kind of still feels like it's in the vein, but it does definitely take away from some of the stuff.
What are we doing next weekend?
Let me look. I can take a look at that right now. I have that all saved. Hold on. Bring up my notepad. I thought I had closed it. Thank you for your service, Floyd. I took the Air Force and my brother to the and took the Navy. Sorry, I lost the conversation, Floyd. Oh, you're talking about. Oh, yes, exactly. Yeah, that's it's a little out of sync. It's okay. It's okay. Um, no, I can't help that with the sync of stuff. But all right. So as far as the next figures, Exo Squad is next week.
That'll be a cool one.
Yeah, because what's great about Exo Squad, you have that first series, and then you have the second series, which was supposed to incorporate Robotech, which did with the toys, but the show never got a chance to run that direction with the because the show got canceled, even though they were still making toys. So yeah, next week will be Exo Squad. The week after that will be Food Fighters and the Barnyard Commandos. And the week after that will be we're gonna be doing Dune, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Tron. So basically everything up to the end of May. The next one after that will be Mad Balls and I think you said I have it written down. I'll look for it. But and then Boglins was 35. I don't think they were doing the fanfic Jurassic Park for toys back in the day.
That'll
Well,
be a big hit with the Kardashians that week for Mad Balls. They love Mad Balls in their mouth.
they love them so much that the men get them removed afterwards. Oh man, that's a shots fired. I'm sorry.
What are
Um,
all those gypsies' names? Kim, Chloe. What's the other ones? They love fucking balls in their mouth all night.
Caitlyn, or no, Caitlin's the
They love balls in their mouth and from NBA ballers. Like they love guys that play with balls for a living to have their balls in their mouth. You notice that?
You know the sad thing is I've never typed their name up in my search now, and forever my unless I completely wipe my history of Google, uh, it'll be there forever that I just had to type in the Kardashian family. Let's see. It is Courtney, Kim, Chloe, Rob, Kendall, Kyle. That's it. Yeah. Or Kylie. Sorry, Kylie. I passed my ASVAB go into the Marines, but
I love
then
like that
found
scene.
out
Remember
my
they
son
fed
was
the
on
T
the
Rex a
way.
goat. I love we could feed all the whole Kardashian family to the pit, like fly them in and just have them be eaten.
Well, this the snake pit for or the fright zone.
Yeah, just throw them in there for
Right.
Dino meal, Dino lunch.
Yeah, cause yeah, somebody needs to take that scene with the goat and just like Photoshop one of the Kardashians there with the T Rex.
Put them in there.
My brother ended up trying to go into the castle. I mean the Coast Guard, but then ended up joining the Merchant Marines. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm the one that stopped my dad from getting into the Marines. Which there wouldn't be this show if I didn't. My I wouldn't have this awesome friendship with Ryan and you guys. Anyway, yeah. So next week will be Exo Squad, which I'm looking forward to. I'll work on getting the thumbnail done, and then we'll get that out for. Keep in mind. Okay, so that's something we do need to bring up. I will be taking another break from the show on the. I think it's the 25th. Wait, no, hold on. The 23rd of May, because my nephew graduates in that Saturday on the 24th, so I'll be out of town.
Mm.
But unless I can get a laptop and we can do the show on the road, but yeah, yeah, my nephew graduates from high school. Sorry, they lost me when they went to Star Wars. But yeah, everyone, we hope you enjoyed this episode. This in-depth look of the Jurassic Park, the first movie toys, and discussion on the movies, the actors, the comics, and the video games. But yeah, check us out next week when we'll be talking about Exo Squad. Until then, everyone, have a great one. And we'll see you next episode. Peace out.
Hey.